Hello everyone, Farah Hanoun here, and I'm joined by Neil Magny, who headlines UFC Buenos Aires, Argentina, when he takes on Santiago Ponzinibbio. Neil, how's it going?
It's going really good. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. How's your day been so far?
It's been pretty eventful. Woke up, had 3 training sessions, and I'm just home relaxing. So, pretty normal day in the office for me.
And it's almost fight week. Are you starting to taper things down now?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely pulled the volume down a lot when I go into these training sessions, but I still keep the intensity high, still keep the focus high during training.
Awesome. And how's your weight cut going? Do you usually work with a nutritionist? How do you go about it?
So the weight cuts in the past, I've just been able to manage my own. For this particular camp, I decided to work with George Lockhart and his team, just because I've seen the things that they've done in the past with other athletes and teammates, and I figured I'd give it a shot. If I can improve on my nutrition to help me get a better performance, then why not take a chance and see what happens?
Nice. And was it a specific, like, did you have a bad weight cut that made you decide this, or is it just because you've seen how much they've been working with other people, or is it a personal something that happened to you with maybe a tougher weight cut than you would have wanted in a past fight, or is it just something you weren't interested in doing?
No, not at all. I mean, I've never had a difficult weight cut yet, but it's just more so an opportunity for me just to see what's out there and see if there's a better way of me doing things. I mean, I've done it my way for the last 8 years. George Lockhart has spent a lot of time developing his weight cut strategy and how he hydrates athletes. So I figured I'd give it a shot and see if it's something that's going to be beneficial for me.
And what are the changes compared to what you used to do? Are you like eating more, but like more meals in the day, eating less? Like, how's it different than what you usually have been doing?
For the most part, the main changes are going to come during fight week. Having the meals prepared for me fight week to help me have the right energy for my weight cut, help me be able to help the weight cut out come off easier, and it helped me to rehydrate after making weight are going to be the biggest changes. But throughout training camp, it wasn't much of a significant change at all.
Nice, I see. Well, you're headlining UFC Argentina when you take on Santiago Ponzinibbio, of course. But before I talk about the fight, you were briefly linked to him back in March. It didn't happen. Then you drew Gunnar Nelson in Liverpool. He was out. You ended up with a dominant performance over Craig White. Then you were scheduled to face Alex Oliveira in Sao Paulo. Then you ended up with the Ponzinibbio fight. Was this, first of all, what happened with the Alex Oliveira fight? Did you get offered Ponzinibbio, and obviously was it a better opportunity presented to you, which is why you took it?
Yeah, that's pretty much what it is right there. I mean, I was scheduled to fight Alex Oliveira. UFC came back and said like, hey, we got this great opportunity for a main event fight in Argentina. It's a little bit later than you initially planned to go out there, but it's a higher ranked opponent and it's a main event slot. So if you want it, the fight is yours. UFC knowing me and me know myself, I tried to take both fights, but they shot that down pretty quick and made me choose just one.
Well, I mean, you're going to fight him in his home turf. Pointless to ask you, since you've done this probably more than any fighter has, and you were trying to do it back-to-back, which is even more insane, like the whole enemy territory thing.
Yeah, I mean, I love it. I mean, being able to go around the world and fight these guys, for me, is just part of the experience. I mean, some of the countries that I've been to and some people I met going on these fight trips has been amazing. It's been part of the journey. So I look forward to every single one of them.
You seem to enjoy it though, because I realize, like, I look at your record and your fights. I'm like, does he do this on purpose? Like, I won the enemy territory fights, or it just happens like that?
I think it just so happens that way. I mean, I've never particularly asked to go overseas. It just so happened that this is the way it worked out, and UFC realized they had no problem with taking those fights, so they keep booking me for them.
Yeah, I could see that. I'm noticing that they're like trying to get people to hate Neil Magny. How could you hate Neil Magny? But they're trying to somehow make it happen.
For sure.
And you were in Argentina a short while back doing media with Santiago. You guys faced off, spent some time around each other. Was it cordial between the two of you? I can't imagine anything from your end, but what was it like being around him?
It was pretty cordial. I mean, I definitely took advantage of the opportunity to size him up a little bit. Mm-hmm. But for the most part, it was pretty cordial. I mean, if he was talking crap or saying anything bad about me, my Spanish is not that great, so I didn't understand it anyway. Uh-huh. But for the most part, it was a pretty cordial meeting between the two of us.
I see. And how did you find Argentina? Is it nice to have gotten a chance to get a feel of the place before you go fight there?
Yeah, the place is amazing. While I was there, I got the opportunity to check out a soccer game, and that was by far one of the most interesting experiences I've ever had in my life. I mean, I remember driving to an arena, and literally 3 miles away from the arena, there was just so many cops there. There's literally local police, federal police, and military all like there to work security for the soccer game. So if that's any indication of what fight week's gonna be like, I can't wait to fight there.
That's awesome. All right, let's talk about the matchup. What are your thoughts on Santiago as an opponent? How would you break down his skill set?
I think he's a great opponent. I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, he's a very skilled striker. I believe he has the black belt as well in jiu-jitsu, but he's definitely a game opponent. I feel like this is the kind of fight that's going to bring out the best in me. Knowing I can't just walk in there and play games with them. It's going to force me to be on my A game in order to execute my game plan to get that win.
And tell me a little bit about your training camp. So many guys have been coming into Elevation Fight Team. The room is absolutely stacked with talent. Who are some of the guys that you've been training with in preparation for Santiago?
God, I mean, some of the best training partners I've had for this camp has been one of the up-and-coming guys in the team, Austin Hubbard. We have Justin Gaethje doing some training with us. Drew Dober, as always there pushing me. Another up-and-coming guy, Andrew Capel, has been there pushing me. I just had great training partners all throughout this training camp, helping me get ready for this fight.
I've seen videos of you sparring with Gaethje. What was that like? Because we see him in his fights, and it's always like a crazy forward pressure. So that must have been a lot of fun.
Yeah, I mean, it's always fun sparring with Gaethje. I mean, thankfully he doesn't try to take your head off dirt in the gym, but the guy's a hard worker. His work ethic is unmatched. I mean, he's going to come forward. He's going to make you work. He's not going to give you any takedowns easily and make you work for everything. So it's been a pleasure having him around as a training partner.
Awesome. And the welterweight division has had a lot of new faces, which is always a good thing to keep the division interesting. First of all, what were your thoughts on the last welterweight championship fight between Tyron Woodley and Darren Till?
To be honest, it was just one of those things like I wasn't too impressed with him. At the end of the day, congratulations to Tyron Woodley for winning the fight. But at the end of the day, you give a guy like Darren Till 6 weeks to make weight and get ready for a fight. That's not much time for a fighter like Darren Till to actually get ready for a guy like Tyron Woodley. I mean, I personally feel like a majority of Darren Till's training camp, rather than focusing on getting better, focusing on the game plan, focusing on being Tyron Woodley, was centered around him just making weight. I mean, every interview this guy did leading up to the fight was about making weight. Every video around him leading up to the fight was about making weight. I feel like that was more so the focus for Darren Till going into that fight more than anything.
Yeah, because it's crazy, the whole welterweight picture. Like, they create an interim title, and then instead of unifying it, they quickly try to find a challenger for Woodley, which resulted in Till and him having to have a short training camp. And now Colby's expected to unify the belt with Tyron. How do you see that fight playing out?
I feel like that'd be a good fight. I mean, as much as I don't like Codie Covington, the guy is definitely a skilled wrestler, and I feel like he's going to pose some difficulty for Tyron Woodley. I mean, Tyron Woodley's built for 170. I think with the right game plan, someone can definitely go in there and push him to the point of exhaustion during the fight, and I feel like Covington has the skill set to do that with his wrestling.
Cool. And one more about the division. Ben Askren is the newest arrival to the division. He's rumored to be taking on former champion Robbie Lawler. Do you like this addition to the roster? Do you think it's unfair that he gets to come in and potentially cut the line with a win over Robbie?
No, not at all. I mean, I don't necessarily feel like he's cutting the line, and I don't think he's going to get an easy win over Robbie Lawler either. So at the end of the day, I definitely welcome it. I mean, it creates an opportunity just to have competition throughout the world in mixed martial arts. I mean, having guys come over from Bellator, having guys come over from ONE FC and things like that, I feel like it just opens the doors for more competition and for more guys to be happy with their contracts when it comes to mixed martial arts.
And now they're talking about the UFC pretty much closing the flyweight division, which is crazy. I mean, Jose Torres came out and said that he was the first fighter to be released, and other fighters are coming out and saying that. So it looks like they're dissolving the flyweight division, and it has people thinking of the possibility of a 165 division, if that's the direction the UFC are going to go. Would that interest you, or is that too tough for you to make?
I definitely played with the idea. Like I was like, man, 165 came around. I can definitely make it. I mean, my last fight without even trying, I got down to 169, and felt great. I mean, I was like, yeah, it's another 4 pounds. But at the end of the day, with me getting older and the way I enjoy myself during training camps, I feel like if they were to add a 165-pound division, they might also add change welterweight to 175. And if that were to happen, I'd be more interested in staying at 175 as opposed to dropping down to 165. Because at 175, I wouldn't have to necessarily lose any water weight at all. I can actually diet down to 175 and be pretty comfortable at that weight there.
For sure, for sure. And where do you feel like a win over Santiago will put you in the division?
I feel like a win over Santiago puts me right in line and fight a top five opponent. I mean, I've done everything UFC asked me for. I'm on a 2-fight win streak right now. I feel like being a top 10 opponent puts me right in line for that top 5 guy and move me closer to that title shot.
Definitely. All right, Neil, a couple more questions before I let you go. When do you plan on heading to Argentina?
So I'm flying on Monday to Argentina.
Cool. And I usually ask fighters this if they want to go a bit beforehand to get accustomed to all that, but I think you've mastered that, right?
Yeah, not at all. I mean, with the weight cut and exploring a new city and things like that, I don't necessarily feel like I need to be out there a week or two ahead of time in order to acclimate to the time changes and that kind of thing. I mean, one of the best things too, like I mentioned earlier, with this fight, I have a dietitian in country with me the entire time, so I wouldn't have to worry about like finding the right foods that I need to eat or anything like that. Everything's gonna be done for me and be prepared, ready to go.
For sure. And who will be in your corner?
So for this corner, I'm gonna have the typical coaches. I'm gonna have my striking coach, Christian Allen, wrestling coach, I was say Lisa Bowling, but no, David Zabriskie, and then jiu-jitsu coach Elliot Marshall. I mean, we've had a great relationship thus far. We've been doing pretty good, so I'm not gonna change things up for this camp. Keep the same guys there.
Awesome, Neil. I really appreciate the time. Last one. How do you see this fight with Santiago playing out? How do you get the job done?
I feel like I'm going to go out there and just put the pressure on him early and then eventually break him. I feel like I can get the second round TKO finish or a submission finish in the second round just by putting a high pace on him and breaking him.
Awesome. Well, there you have it. You can catch Neil Magny in the main event of UFC Buenos Aires in Argentina when he takes on Santiago Ponzinibbio, November 17th. Neil, thank you so much for your time and best of luck.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Pleasure to talk to you.